Hello again. It is me regarding the future of Red Dead Online. Again. Personally, I've been almost inactive in RDO since there's no too much things to do right now for most of us who play this game for a while. I can't even imagine how people who play since the day one actually feel about RDO, if there's any of them active in the first place. So, I started digging. Wanted to find new hope for RDO, I guess. Did I do it? Stay with me for the next couple of minutes and find it yourself. To be able to do this research properly, I had to visit RDO main enemy. You know it, right? It's GTA 5 Online. At least we thought so. I did play it long time ago, and I remember I did leave GTA Online for its lack of content. Oh yeah, and Griefers too, of course. They are still there, if any of you are unaware of that, of course. But oh boy, there's no lack of decent content anymore. Not at all. I was stunned when I launched the game again. It was like 7 years later, so with all the properties and missions, new characters from offline, GTA 4 and even new faces I didn't recognize, I was not quite sure what to do. I will do a recap of my coming back to GTA in a few weeks, but for now I will focus on development of GTA. Now you may be ask yourself how this matters for us cowboys. Why would we care in the first place? But I found important guidelines by studying when and how GTA 5 Online got its updates, and basically why it became Rockstar's favorite. First thing we need to know is that GTA is probably the best known, most popular and longest lasting game series in the gaming world, if we put sports simulations aside of course. So with this in mind, we have to be aware that RDR can't compete with this legacy easily. Original GTA was aired back in 1997, while first installment of Red Dead Redemption 2 was launched only 12 years ago, back in 2010. We should also be aware that bigger chunk of gaming population probably doesn't prefer Wild West over modern or futuristic scenery. So with cards favoring our opponent, we still have something to hope for. Trust me, we do. So, we will compare the updates both GTA and Red Dead Online got, but we will pretend both games were aired on the same date. Let's see what do we have here then. It will be a brief run through most important things and I will not go into details. For all who want to see in depth what was in there in these updates, links will be in the description of the video. The goal of this video here is just to go head to head with major updates to see which were better. So first update, GTA got Beach Boom update and in coming weeks arrived content creator, capture creator and a few holiday gifts were given. Basically just a few cars, broken bottle and SNS pistol. RDO Beta got its first big update with 1.06 patch of the game. I didn't find any official name for this update, but Spoils of War were introduced and Fool's Gold followed. A lot of clothes were added as well. Weapon was tuned a bit better and same thing happened with ability cards. But RDO also got series of updates with the patches 1.07, 08 and 09. A lot of game modes were added as well. So, these two updates were similar, but in my opinion, RDO got better initial update than GTA Online. Now, let's move on to the update number 2. GTA got business update, which introduced a few cars, a plane and clothing, hairstyles and tattoos along. It was quickly followed by the High Life update, so we can merge these two and consider it as the same update. There was a new batch of cars, clothes, but this time we saw new apartments, jobs and contact missions as well. Some sort of new important content here for the first time. These updates were also followed pretty quickly with the I'm Not a Hipster and San Andreas Flight School, and all were rounded up with the Last Man Standing update. I would put all these in the same basket cause there was no too much time between them to be called separate ones. And most of these were filled with cars and clothes, a plane or a helicopter here and there. RDO, on the other hand, with its second update got new showdown modes, Sport of Kings and Public Enemy, and Wild Animals Kill Challenge. Soon after, Railroad Baron was introduced and a new Elimination Series playlist was added to the RDO menu screen. New emotes and clothes arrived as well, of course. So to conclude, we have something similar here again. First, new playable content was added with the second update for both games. Let's see if the same happens in the coming updates. And a little spoiler here, this is where the things get serious. GTA 5 got Heists update, and it was huge and first major update in the game. This added 5 multi-part missions with large payouts that can be completed by teams of 4 players, actually must be completed by a team of 4 players, and it was highly anticipated feature of Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, what about RDO? We got Frontier Pursuits. Bounty Hunter, Trader, and Collector role were introduced to the world of RDO. With the roles, we got a bunch of new specialist courses and a bunch of cosmetics along. 9 new ability cards followed. New skills to be learned. This one was really major update for RDO. Maybe this update is actually to be blamed for our high expectations now. Now, I know I didn't mention everything within any of updates, but I wanted to be brief and to point out something I've learned along this research. So before we move to the next update, I found out another similarity. Soon after these major updates, both games got to PC. Coincidence? I don't think so. It already looks like a path to me. Moving on to the next update, or to be more precise, next update worth to be mentioned. GTA Online got executives and other criminals. New free modes and challenges were there. There were a lot of vehicles, land, air and sea vehicles, most notably super yachts. Another thing that stands out here is player ability to buy fifth property. On the other hand, RDO Cavalry got Moonshiners, brilliant update with the new role added to the game, a new storyline with missions given by Maggie Fike. First purchasable property arrived to RDO, Moonshine Shack. A few new weapons came along as well. First cross-game item we know as Lowry's Revolver was also introduced. New horse breed always came with new roles, so Rockstar didn't disappoint this time as well. A lot of fine-tuning of ability cards were done here, and it was very welcome. So did RDO maybe win this round? It doesn't really matter. Let's see where will this lead us. Next important update gave GTA Online community further adventures in finance and felony. This one brought the ability for players to become CEO of organization, buy offices and warehouses, which allowed buying and selling of contraband. It was followed with the Bikers update, which was truly a masterpiece and an update long awaited and expected by the community. GTA 5 Online was available since 2013 and this one was released on October 4th, 2016, 3 years after the launch. This one gave players an option to buy clubhouses, which were needed to run a motorcycle club. And as a president of motorcycle club, a player could run 5 businesses and earn big. Truly huge update. In RDO Corner, things were not as bright, but there was new content as well. Naturalist update came. As the name says, a new role was introduced to RDO, and it was the last one to be introduced. The bad thing is that it happened on July 28, 2020. So it's been a year and a half ago. This was also the last significant update for RDO. Now, it is important to mention that right now in the analysis, we're entering 5th year of life for GTA, where 2 really major updates were implemented. On the other hand, Naturalist update was launched before second Red Dead birthday, so it is really hard to compare them properly if we don't bend the timeline a bit. So we can choose to compare updates in 2 ways. One is to stay strictly within the timeline where would be no competition in all honesty, and we should declare Red Dead Online as a clear winner of a duel. Why? Because Heights arrived to GTA around 2nd birthday, exactly like Naturalist update did in RDO. And we compared the amount of new playable content there. In my opinion, Rockstar actually was more generous to Red Dead. All this, of course, if we pretend the games were aired on the same day. In reality, of course, developers who work for Rockstar definitely learned a lot from massive experience they had prior to the launch of Red Dead Redemption 2. Their experience from GTA 4 and 5 and Red Dead Redemption 1 actually was used to give RDO community really outstanding experience in its massive world. I've started asking myself, while I was doing this research, did they give too much maybe? A bit faster than they actually should have? What if they gave us just bounty hunters with one update, then traders in the next one, and the one after might have introduced collectors? Would this buy developers some time or create different expectations from the community? We don't know now. So how about we leave timeline behind us and think about another thing we know. In 2018, a year which we can comfortably call the year of Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5 Online got After Hours update, which brought nightclubs and Tony Prince, a well-known character from the Ballad of Gay Tony, the Arena War update. It was a year where things were very slow for GTA 5. Nightclub was refreshing, but in all honesty, it was not that revolutionary. And Rockstar proved in the coming years once again that they know how to create great content that keeps players glued to the game for hours. The Diamond Casino Resort, which was followed by the Diamond Casino Heist, were a gem given in 2019. In 2020, everything was slow in the beginning with Gerald's Last Play and the Los Santos Summer Special, but it was just a warm-up for the biggest hit, the Cayo Perico Heist. It took 7 long years after the launch of GTA 5 to allow players to leave the city of Los Santos. And does anyone care right now? No, we have the greatest source of income, which basically kills the shark cards market, and above all, developers allowed it to be done in solo lobby without any worries about griefers. If that was not something great, I don't know what would be. And on top of this, in 2021, Los Santos tuners were given in the summer, and the contract update arrived on 15th of December as another smashing update for GTA community. On the other side of the street, what do we Red Dead fans got? We got expansion for Bounty Hunter role, then we got Telegram missions, which were followed by the Blood Money update. We did get a decent amount of new content, but nothing that would keep players for too long. None of these updates got warm reception from the community, even if there was some new content. Yes, those missions are basically free roam missions, but if we put things like that in the same perspective, then the Doomsday Heist, the Casino Heist, and Cayo Perico Heists are all just heists, right? Reuse of same content wrapped up in a slightly different package, and the contract is just a bunch of missions, but just in a different building. But from what I've learned, I think we will see something good very soon. It won't be Cayo Perico level just yet, but Doomsday Heist level maybe. A new property maybe, which will be needed to trigger a new set of missions given by Guido Martelli. Nobody knows what the future holds, but if there's a pattern, and I think there is, we will get back on the right track sooner rather than later. Red Dead Online did develop faster and things just got to be slowed down a bit. And probably there would be no slowdown if it was not for this damned virus and pandemic, but still, Red Dead Online will endure. The last question for this video is probably this one. Will new update arrive late for experienced players to come back? The answer is, in my opinion, no. If you like Red Dead Online, you will read articles about it. Some players will then instantly come back, while the others will fume and be like, no, you betrayed me, I'm not coming back. But a friend will tell you it is great again. Or you will be spammed by news about the update and great reviews and so on, and eventually you will crack and come back. Or will come back with an attitude, nah, I know it's not that great, I will prove myself I was right all along and it was not worth coming back. But guess what? You will figure out it was great and you will stay. And you will even play older missions because you didn't play them for a while and they are not so boring anymore. Of course, there is a chance that part of the community is or will be lost for good, but I'm quite certain it won't be the bigger portion of it. And if you think coming back is not an option, I was thinking the same about GTA 5. I've left GTA 5 Online after doing original heists in 2015 a bit too much and felt the game is just too repetitive, and I came back less than a month ago and I was stunned how GTA 5 developed. Right now I play GTA more than Red Dead Online, and I play it with my friends from RDO World. We all are waiting for that major update. My advice for you, if you play Red Dead Online for a while, is not to lose your spirits. The update one we are all waiting for will arrive. I have a hunch it might be in this summer. If we get anything in a month or two, it won't be extraordinary. But we just might get nothing, because another disappointment can actually do more damage than no content at all. So stay tuned, RDO community, and pile up gold for the updates that will come. Create goals for yourself to be entertained while playing. I do a few dailies and maybe Trader or Moonshiner sale with my friends if we are online at the same time. That does work for me. Better days will come. I'm certain of it. And that is it, guys. this is all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.